Hello and welcome to the Electric Bike Report. My name is Pete and this is the new iGo Elite electric bike in for testing and review. This is a brand new design from iGo with a single down tube and the battery integrated into the frame there. Has a bunch of accessories that it comes with, and it has a really nice upright, comfortable position. So it's a nice commuter bike as well as a bike for doing longer rides. This is just an overview video, and I'll have a full review for you at electricbikereport.com. So with that, let's get into the details. So one of the big highlights of the iGo Elite is the large step-through area, and this is a new frame design for them where they've gone with one just large down tube here, and then the battery is built right into the top of the down tube. And you know, it's just a very clean looking bike with that battery integration. It also is really nice for just the overall weight being centered and relatively low on the bike. And then just, you know, creating that large step-through area. It's very easy to get on and off this bike. And the battery itself is very large. It's a 48 volt, 13 amp hour lithium battery pack that uses Samsung cells. And you can see here on the other side the lock system there, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But overall, it's a very impressive size of battery pack. And you can see the full range test results in part 2 of this review at electricbikereport.com. There's also the clean cable routing through the down tube, and that helps to provide cable protection and just a clean overall look. And then coming back here, you can see the gusset that ties the down tube and seat tube together pretty well. The connection for potentially a water bottle mount or a lock. The rear rack attached to the seat stays there with that bolted connection, and then the chain stays wrapping around. But overall, you know, you've got a really clean design with the battery in that main down tube, and then a very large step-through area. Here's a closer look at the front cargo rack that is bolted right to the head tube of the bike. This is really nice for the overall structural connection, but it also blends in well with the overall look of the bike too. Nice clean design. The rack can carry 20 pounds of cargo, and it has about a 10-inch by 10-inch platform here, and you can tie down the cargo load with bungee straps or a mesh cargo netting. So here's a closer look at the Suntour suspension fork. This is a nice fork for just taking the edge off of a rough road. It has a pretty supple ride feel. And also, just under the front cargo rack here, you can see the dual LED headlight that is attached to that cargo rack. And that light runs off the main e-bike battery there, so you don't have to worry about charging separate battery packs. Now let's take a look at the rear rack. The rack itself is bolted right to the frame there on either side, so you got a total of 4 bolts holding this down. It's just a nice clean design and provides a really sturdy connection. So you can mount bags and baskets on the sides, the top, and really put this rack to use. It also comes stock with these bungee cords to tie down cargo on the top there. Right here is the rear tail light that runs off of the main e-bike battery. So again, you don't have to worry about charging separate batteries for the light system. Removing the battery pack is pretty easy. Unlock it with one of the supplied keys, and you pull the battery pack to the side just like this. And you can see the connection point right there for the battery pack to the frame, and then that's the charging port right there. And here's a look at the down tube with the battery pack removed. There's that connection point there at the top, and then the connection down there at the bottom. And then reinstalling it's pretty easy. Just line it up at the bottom there, click it back into place, and then take your key and you're good to go. So here's a look at the battery removed from the bike with the charger, and the charger plugs in just at the bottom of the battery pack there. The charger is about the size of a laptop charger, and it takes about 5 to 6.5 hours to fully charge the battery from empty. Okay, let's check out the bike drivetrain. First of all, I've got these plastic pedals with a rubber grip surface on top, the cranks, and nice full coverage chain guard to keep your pant legs clean. And back here is the Shimano Altus rear derailleur that shifts through the 8-speed cog set on the back. And the cog set has a nice range for cruising on the flatlands as well as climbing some of the steeper hills. Here's a look at the iGo 500-watt geared rear hub motor. You can see it's a fairly compact size. It hides well behind the cog set there. And this is a 500-watt motor that will peak at around 650. So it's got a nice amount of power to it, and it will provide assist up to 20 miles per hour with the pedal assist or the throttle. So that makes this a Class 2 electric bike. So now let's take a look at the handlebar area. First of all, you'll notice that the handlebars have a swept back profile. They have a couple inches of rise. They really create a nice upright and comfortable ride position. And over here is the grip on the left side, pretty comfortable rubber grip, nice padding there. The Tektro mechanical disc brake lever, this is for the front disc brake, and it has a built-in bell right there. It's pretty cool. Then this is the thumb throttle right here, right next to the display. I'll fire up the display. But you can use the thumb throttle or you can use the pedal assistance modes. And when we take a look at the display here, you've got your pedal assist modes, and you can go up with the plus button all the way to 8 different levels of pedal assist, and it shows you these driving modes. So you're in the power, kind of like 6 through 8, normal is 4 and 5, and then eco is 3 down to 1, and then 0 is just no assist. So in the pedal assist modes, you can also override it with the throttle if you want to, and that's pretty handy. Say if you're using the lower pedal assist levels for pretty mellow ride, you can override it with the throttle if you're going through an intersection or climbing a steep hill. It's a nice feature to have. So and with the throttle, you don't necessarily need to be pedaling. You can just cruise along without pedaling if you want. And then here on the display, you've got your current speed. This is showing the voltage on the battery, your battery level. This is your trip distance, and you can cycle through some of this information. And then you can also turn on the lights and get more in-depth information overall. But it's a nice large LCD display. It also has a backlight feature. So overall, nice display there. This is the adjustable stem, so you can adjust the handlebar height and reach. And then this is the Shimano shifter right here. This shifts through the 8 speeds, and then that Tektro rear disc brake lever and the rubber grip there. So Tektro Aries mechanical disc brakes are used on the front and the back of the bike here. They have 180 millimeter rotors, and they provide quite a bit of stopping power, and there's sensors built into the brake levers, so the assist will stop as soon as the brakes are engaged. So iGo spec the Schwalbe Energizer Plus tires, both front and rear. These have a really smooth tread pattern with some channels to dissipate water. These are 28 by 1.5. And they have a puncture protection, they call it Green Guard, that helps to just protect against small punctures like glass and thorns and that kind of thing. There's also reflective sidewalls on both sides that help to be noticed when you're out riding at night. Here's a closer look at the iGo saddle. It has a medium width profile and a nice center relief section for an overall comfortable ride, and it also matches the grips pretty well. Here's a look at the plastic fenders, full coverage fenders with the mud flap that are equipped on the Elite, both front and rear. Alright, so that is the overview of the iGo Elite. Make sure you check out the full review at electricbikereport.com with a bunch of detailed pictures, specifications, ride characteristics, range test results, pros, cons, and overall thoughts, all at electricbikereport.com.